Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Zachary, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to operate your BAI 2-head embroidery machine or your single head. So let's get started. When you first get your machine, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and power on your machine. To power on your machine, you're going to find the on switch located either on the top or on the side of your machine. Once your machine is loaded up, you're usually going to be stuck with this message. It's going to say emergency stop. Don't freak out, nothing's broken in your machine. The reason why they do that is so your needles don't move during transit. All you have to do is go to the side of your machine and locate the red knob. Twist the red knob and your machine will disengage from emergency stop. After that, like most other embroiderers, you're going to want to load your own design. The biggest mistake that most new people do is go right ahead into the embroidery. To load your own design, you click on the bottom left, click on your flash drive, find your design, and load into the machine. After that, your design is already loaded in your machine, however, it's not selected to use. The biggest mistake that people do is they go ahead and go into the machine and try to load the design instantly from here. By doing that, I'll go ahead and demonstrate. It's going to give you an error message, design no in use. What does that mean exactly? It means that your machine is still in embroidery mode, as you can tell by the big green arrow, or big green circle, sorry. All you have to do is click escape here, click escape one more time, and go into the main interface of the machine. You then select the bottom right, EMB, and you take it off embroidery mode. Congratulations, you're now ready to select your design and start embroidering. One more time. To load up your design, you go to the bottom left and you find the design that you've loaded into your machine. For me, it was a simple design located right here. You click on the design, you click OK one more time, and it is now loaded in your machine. The next thing you're going to do is go and change the hoop. Before you change your hoop, always make sure that your cap driver is completely removed from your machine. If you change your hoop without your cap driver being removed, you run into the possibility of breaking your machine. So please always remove that. Once you're 100% sure that that's removed, you then go to the hat icon and select the size of the hoop that you want to use. Your machine will then move and set itself accordingly to the plan that you've selected. Great. You have your hoop loaded, you have your materials loaded. What now? The next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your machine in embroidery mode. Now, remember, when your machine is in embroidery mode, you have to be extremely careful because anybody can come in and press the big button. If they press the big button while your machine is in embroidery mode, your machine will start embroidering and you run the possibility of injuring yourself. So always make sure there's no kids around you or there's nobody that can get hurt when doing this. Alright, you click OK, the circle turned green and you're now ready to embroider. Before we do that, you want to also learn how to change the colors in your machine. To change the colors is simple. You go into the thread icon, which is located right here in the middle, and your machine is now going to display numbers. Left numbers and right numbers. The left numbers are your color stops. Your color stops should be provided by your digitizer, or you should be able to see them on any of the digitizing software that you choose to use. The right side is the color numbers for the top threads. A lot of times these colors don't match your top threads, but don't worry. For example, my number 1 on my screen is a red, but on my actual machine is a 1. The way you read your colored threads is like this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. My design is pretty simple, so it only uses one color change. Let's say I want to use a green color in the design. All I have to do is go to my thread selection and decide which green I want to use. I want to use the one on the back. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I then go into my screen and select color 9. Although it is displaying a yellow on my screen, I know that color 9 is green based on the thread color that I have on top of my machine. I then click OK and always click escape on this screen. My machine is now ready to embroider on the green tool. Now let's talk about some of the other tools that are given to you, or features that are given to you on the BAI embroidery machine. This right here is the trace. Always make sure to trace your design before embroidering. What does that mean? You're going to load up your hoop on your machine. You're then going to hit the trace icon, and the machine is going to move around the design, showing you exactly where the needle is going to go. If it fits while tracing on needle number 1, this is needle number 1, it's going to fit in all of your needles. So always, 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 before tracing, even if it looks like it's going to fit in your screen, make sure you trace. Always before embroidering, make sure you trace. Now, this button, it's your 100 degree. You press that whenever you're having issues with the needle to bring your needle to 100 degrees. This is your cutter button. You always press that to cut your thread if you want to stop your machine in the middle of the design. These two icons right here will slow down and speed up your machine. Your machine has the capability of going all the way up to either 1000 or 1200. Just like a car, just because your machine can go up to 1000 or 1200 doesn't mean you should be running your machine at that speed. Always have your machine at a comfortable speed. For me, I like to keep a machine at 750 or 800. When running flats and when running cats, I like to keep a machine at around 650 to 700. A lot of people have trouble running cats, so if you're experiencing any trouble, slow down your machine to around 450 to 500 until you get a little bit more comfortable with hats. Hats is a subject that I'm going to be teaching you, but in a later video. This button's over here. If you do applique, this is your offset button. By clicking the offset, it will bring your panagram out, giving you the ability to cut any fabric that you need to do. Just always don't forget to press the offset back in to put your planogram back inside. Or once it's done embroidering, you just click the green button and it'll take you back to your original start. Another thing that you should know, this right here, you should always have it on A. Automatic means that it's going to keep changing the colors for you automatically, as opposed to you doing the colors manually. This button right here moves your needles. Let's say I want to troubleshoot needle number 8. I will just click this button and then click needle number 8, and my machine will now move to needle number 8. I want to go back to needle number 1. Click on this button and then needle number 1, and then your machine will now move back to needle number 1. These two icons are to stop at origin and to start at origin. You won't be using those icons pretty much for anything, so don't even mess with them. I don't know anybody that actually uses those icons, so don't touch them at all. If you're in the middle of stitching and you mess up, you have two options to going back. You can either press this button and tell the machine to either change it to the next color thread or restart from another color thread. Let's say that this design had 3 colors and I don't want to start in the first color, I want to start in the second color. I will then press the plus sign on that. You don't use that unless you're actually testing your tension most of the time. So we'll stick with the next one. This one right here is minus stitches plus stitches. Let's say I want to go forward 200 stitches. My machine is now starting at the 200 stitch. So you can see at the top, it's not starting from the beginning, it's starting at the 200 stitch. Let's say you had a thread break and you want to rewind. All you have to do is click this button, minus, let's say 25 stitches. Your machine will now move back 25 stitches. Another great way to move forward and backwards on your stitch count is by clicking this icon right here, which is the needle. And then you click it one more time. You see how it says fast? You then go to the right side and you can either add stitches, and look at my screen, or you can remove stitches. This is great if you accidentally forgot to either change your bobbin or there were some issues in your stitching. And that's all for today, guys. Honestly, I know we went over some content pretty quick, but that's the main things to get you out the grind with this machine. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. There's a lot of great things that you can do with it. It's just going to take some time. Remember, if you've never had a multi-needle machine, there is a big learning curve. Don't worry. It might seem like a lot, but once you get to doing it like about once or twice a week, you'll get pretty simple at doing it. I will be doing this exact same video in Spanish for my Spanish speaking viewers. That way they familiarize themselves with the machine as well. Next videos, I'm going to be teaching you more hands-on when it comes to threading. What I mean by that is we're going to go ahead and select the design on a couple more stops and actually run the design. Maybe see how we can fix some of the most common errors while stitching, as well as how to edit the hoop sizes in your machine. I hope you enjoy these kind of videos. This is my first time ever making a YouTube video, so sorry if it's weird or sorry if the quality is not that good. Like I said, things are gonna get improving as we keep going. If you guys want to see anything, let me know. This hat was made by me on this machine, so this machine works great on hats. I also have a Melco EM1016X. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing some of those videos. And yeah, like I said, guys, thanks again. If you like this type of content, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And from now on, I'll be trying to upload a video at least once a week to keep you guys entertained, as well as inform on these multi-needle machines, how to operate them, and how to keep going in your business. Good luck, and I hope your business continues growing. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.